Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited because I'm going to be going through the stuff I got at the Sephora Vib sale. I'm filming this on Sunday. It is hopefully going to go up on Monday because I kind of mentioned that I got a bunch of stuff on Instagram and several of you were like, give us that video, like now. And so since the sale is going on all week long, I thought I better turn this video around like that. So I did, and this is the look that I created with the stuff that I got. Some of the stuff is samples, some of the stuff is purchases, and some of the stuff was actually loaned to me to possibly purchase. My girlfriend had the eyeshadow palette that's on my face, and I wasn't sold about whether or not I wanted it, so this is going to be kind of a mishmash of what I bought, samples I'm trying, and testing, products I'm testing to see if I'm going to buy, all kind of rolled into one to create this look. I am a little bit, what's the word, stressed because my cell phone died. Last night my cell phone like literally shit the bed, so if you're trying to DM me or reach me on social media of any kind, I'm hoping by the time you see this my phone is back up and running. Fingers crossed. I have an appointment at the Apple store right after this, so let's say a little prayer to the Apple gods that they can fix my phone ASAP, because dude, you don't know how much you need your phone until you don't have it anymore. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jamie. I do beauty videos 2 to 3 times a week. Actually, lately, mostly 2. But we do product reviews, tips and tricks, vlogs, occasionally makeup. Makeup and beauty. Makeup routines, product reviews, things of that nature. I keep looking at my hair because it's desperate. If you guys are curious about this clip, I got it on Amazon. I'm obsessed with it, and I have my Amazon store, like my favorites are, there's a link down below, and you can click through it and you can see like all my Amazon favorites, like things that I buy on Amazon, and all of it are things that I buy. That I have purchased or do continuously purchase, and it's all separated by category, like beauty, home, fitness, you know, things like that. So I will have that in the description box. I have it in the description box of my videos like ever since I made one of those for you guys, because I love Amazon and I buy almost everything off of there. So if you guys are curious, if you're interested in this clip or anything really that might be Amazon related, you can check my store. Okay, so that is it for me. I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get into this video. If you want to see what I got at the VIB sale and see me create this look, hear my thoughts on the products, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so I got a few samples. I got some bags of samples because the sale is going on until the end of the week, and there's a few things that I did want to try before I purchased. And one of them was the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Primer. And the way they do the samples now is super interesting. So they label them. So this one is B, and then right here on the front, B is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Primer. So it looks like a very, what you would think a banana primer would look like. It's kind of yellow banana-y color. So I'm just going to pop that on. I haven't tried this one yet, so this is a first impression. And I did self-tan like half an hour ago, like an idiot, but you know what? It had to be done because I was getting like major farmer tan from being outside. This has like a, almost like a citrusy scent to it. It's not banana, but it is a little bit fruity. Okay, well, it definitely brought some luminosity to the skin, that's for sure. I look a bit luminous now. And the other thing I have a sample of is the Milk Blur Stick, and I have like a baby one, and I just thought, why not? I've never tried this product, so I'm gonna try to actually get some on my finger the way that I would like Tatcha. Like kind of scrape some off like with my fingernail. Is that weird? I just don't want to rub it onto my face with the stick itself because it's a very hard, like it's a really dense stick, so I feel like it's tugging on the skin to do that, plus it's moving around what I just put on my face. I did try this out yesterday and I used the stick and I didn't like the way that the stick was like pulling at my face. I also felt like it was caking whatever was on my nose by putting it on my nose, but I was like doing it with the stick, so that's why I'm trying this with my finger right now to see if I like it better this way. It definitely does blur. My problem with pore blurring things is they tend to only blur for the first like hour or two, and then it's like my pores eat it. Like, I don't know. It just goes away. I feel like this would make me go through the product so much faster, like doing it like this, but I can already tell it made such a big difference. Rather than like doing this, you know, I don't know, it's like it tugs on the skin, plus I feel like I'm able to like push it into the pores with the warmth of my finger. It's kind of melting into the skin better. So the next product, the actual first product that I bought, is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. It's the Bounce Liquid Whip Longwear Foundation. Now, this is an interesting story. My friend got me a sample because she said that it looked just so beautiful on the skin and I had to try it. This foundation has not been on my radar because everyone turned their nose up at it because of the shade range. I never got like a really good handle on what it looked like or whatever, so I never got excited about it. But when I tried the sample, I nearly fell off my chair. Like it was too light for me. I was walking around with a little bit of like a mask face, but the finish was so beautiful. I had to go get it. Like I had to get it. So here is what the package looks like. I'm sure you guys have all seen it by now. It has a little tray here that's meant for your beauty blender. This part here is glass. It has a little lock on the back. It is 1 fluid ounce and it is $40. The shade that I got was 3.35, which is a warm shade, which is interesting because my sample shade was 2.5 neutral and it was way too light for me, way. So I thought I would go up to 3.25, which is the 3 range that's neutral, and that one still seemed a little bit light, so I went with the warm undertone. So I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to try it out. So I'm just pumping some out on this little tray. And I like to apply my foundation with a brush. I washed it. I'm proud of me. So I'm just grabbing some here, and I'm just going to swipe it on. Ooh, I think this is going to end up being too dark. I think this is okay for like super tan, but I think I do need to go with the lighter shade, the 3.25. The undertone is okay. Like it's alright because I just self-tanned, but like the minute this self-tanner wears off, this is gonna be way too dark. Let me blend it out and see, but you guys, I tried this foundation and I was like, I have to show you how this looks because it is so freaking gorgeous. It's like the prettiest foundation I've ever seen. Actually, this might be okay. Now that it's all blended out. I did not notice any oxidization on this foundation. It is a medium to full. Like, it depends on what you got going on. Like, if you don't have, like, a lot of blemishes or anything, this will look full coverage on you probably. But if you got some stuff you want to cover up, this is medium. You might want like a couple of layers in whatever spots. But you can build on it and it's fine. I wore this foundation 2 days in a row in the other color, in the sample, before I pulled the trigger. Because I kind of almost couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, is this really this freaking beautiful? Like, is it possible that a foundation this beautiful came out and nobody's talking about it? Because here's the thing, they did, their shade range got them a lot of backlash. However, they fixed it. They came out with more shades. So, you know, there's really not much else that they can do. And if the product is awesome and now, you know, everyone can find a shade in it, like, I'm not gonna not try it. I'm not gonna not wear it, you know? They learned their lesson, I think. Okay, so this is the way that it looks. I'm going to let that set down for a minute, and then we're gonna go in with some concealer. Okay, so that's what it looks like after about 2 minutes of just kind of setting itself, and wow, is it beautiful? I mean, is it beautiful? It is so beautiful, you guys. Like, actually, I think this color is fine. I'm gonna keep it. At first I was like, maybe I'll return this color. I don't know if it's gonna work. I think it might be okay. Anyway, it's so beautiful I can't even get over myself. I can't. So I did buy another foundation at the sale, and this was a backup purchase. So I got the Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation. I've honestly forgot how much I love this foundation. The other day I sort of did a off-camera shop my stash, if you will. I like tried out some older products. My friend had reminded me how much I love this combination with the Pro Glow. So I tried it and I was like, it's so good, and it's like so long wearing and water resistant. So in the summertime, especially in Vegas, when it is like balls out 115 degrees and you're out at the pool and you're just dripping sweat, your foundation ain't going nowhere, girl. Like, this foundation, I always see on like Facebook makeup groups, you know, people asking like, I need a foundation that like legit will not budge at all. A lot of people are like, oh, double wear, double wear, double wear. And I'm like, because now I haven't personally tried double wear, so, you know, take this for what it's worth. But I have heard a lot of stories about double wear getting really cakey and also being very difficult to remove later. This does not get cakey, and it is not difficult to remove, and it does that job. Like, it's so full coverage. It has a matte finish, which is why I like to mix L'Oreal Pro Glow in with it, because Pro Glow is a very luminous foundation, and so a couple of drops with a pump of this and it kind of cuts that matte look, you know, so it's not quite as matte, but it keeps the coverage and the staying power, and it's gorgeous on the skin. So I'm running out. I had mine for such a long time, and I have such a small amount left that I'm like, I'm gonna need this summer. So I bought this first, and then I ended up trying the Beauty Blender foundation that day. Was it that day? Yeah, that day. And then the next day, and by the end of the day, I was like, I gotta go back to the sale and get the Beauty Blender foundation, which is what I did, and I got the full-size one yesterday. So anyway, I did not get a new concealer, so I'm just gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. I did an entire review video on this concealer, so if you want to see that, I will have it linked below. I'm still really enjoying this concealer. It's really, really beautiful, really full coverage, long wear, doesn't cake. What else can I say about it? It's beautiful. I love it. I'm just putting it in spots that I want to lighten up around my mouth. And then I'm going to do something different for an eyelid primer today. Usually I'll just slap on concealer, but today I'm going to do something different. So now I'm just going to blend it out with my Sonia Kashuk sponge. This foundation is supposed to be long wear. I think the longest I had it on was like maybe 8 hours, and it looked great. So if you guys want to like a full wear test on this foundation, oh please, I will do it. Because I would love to know, like, out of my own curiosity, how long it wears, you know. So I got this little sample size baby hourglass translucent setting powder, Veil translucent setting powder, and they now sell these, and this is, I like that they're doing this now. They're not like those deluxe samples. They're like a bit bigger than that. They're like half size products, you know, and they're selling these for like 20 bucks. This product, brand new, is $46. And I'm like, I can't spend $46 on a powder. I can't do it. And I've been really enjoying the Magic Star powder as well. But my girlfriend gave this to me. She had it and she wasn't using it, and we went to the sale together and she gave this to me. And oh my God. So I'm going to take, I have some in the cap. It has its own little sifter and it just comes out in the cap on its own. And I'm just taking it on this sponge, and I'm just going to, you know, do the huge. You guys, this powder is so beautiful. So beautiful. Like, I'm like, how is it possible that I just, within a 1 week time frame, found 2 powders that put Velvetizer out of business? I feel like I was the spokesperson for Urban Decay Velvetizer powder for so long. Like, I never heard anyone talk about it except me, and I would talk about it all the time. This powder might even be better than the Jeffree Star, honestly. It's so beautiful. Like, there's not a word to describe it. I love it so much. Like, it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And it wears, like yesterday, I went out and met a girlfriend for lunch, and we went to a store next door, and she was shopping, and I turned and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I had every product on my face that I'm showing you in this video today. And I looked at myself and I was like, what? That's my face? And I walked over to the mirror and I was like, my skin looks amazing. Like, my makeup looked probably better than it ever has in my whole life. Except for the fact that it was like 5 shades too light. Like, it looked like I was like a ghost in the face and like tan because of my cardio. Like, going outside, I've been getting like farmer tan. I'm on my sunscreen now, guys. I'm on it. It's so weird. Like, there's a shift in the weather in Vegas where you're all of a sudden, if you go outside for 5 minutes, you are getting like this. And the shift happened and I wasn't ready. I mean, it's only May. Usually that doesn't happen until like June. Yeah. Anyway, this was such a home run, and the foundation is such a home run, and the combination with the Jeffree Star concealer, this is my new dream combo. Like, I told my girlfriend the other day, I was like, if all I had was the products that are on my face for the rest of my life, if those were the only products I could ever use, like, I'd be okay with it. That is a bold statement. So I told you guys in my VIB sale video, my recommendations and my wish list, that I really wanted the Fenty bronzer, and that was like a top priority on my list. And funny enough, the Beauty Blender foundation was not even on that list. It wasn't even on my radar, you guys. Like, I had no idea. Like, I was gonna go with the Giorgio Armani one, which I still have to go back and get another sample because I will be going back to Sephora in a couple of days. But anyway, I almost got the Fenty bronzer, and then my girlfriend's like, hey, check this out. And this is like a little duo of a bronzer and then one of the contour sticks that she came out with. Now, I had never tried the sticks, so I was like, huh. And this color was, what is it? It's Caramel Cutie. Now, I thought it was going to be like way too dark, but when I swatched it, I was like, it actually looks okay for a bronzer. Like, this is not a contour shade. Like, you can see it's really kind of warm. But I was like, this was only like $22 for both of these, where the bronzer itself alone was $30. So I was like, well, yeah, that gives me the opportunity to try both products, and I'm doing it. So that's what I ended up doing. So here's the stick, and I just don't feel like I'll ever use all of this, you know? This is very luminous. I did try this already. And I didn't think I was going to like it on my face, but when you blend it out, it's really pretty. This shade is called Cinnamon. Obviously, I would never use this as a highlight, but I did this, and I was scared. I was scared, but it's okay. It all worked out. Like, if I'm going to the pool and I want, like, just that glow, I would do this. Probably not any other time because it's luminous. You know what I mean? So just like right there, just like my cheeks and like my forehead, and that's like it. I wouldn't put this anywhere else because of the luminosity. What I'm going to blend it out with though is this dense ass brush. It's got very dense bristles, and that's what you really want with this product, I feel. Like, I just didn't have a desire to use a sponge with this. I just could tell once I applied it, like, that it was the type of product that needed a sponge. I mean, needed a dense brush to blend out. But when you do blend it out, like, look, like, it doesn't look like you would think, like, holy shit, it's a luminous product and it's gonna look muddy. Like, it just blends out really, really nice. Would I prefer one that didn't have luminosity? For every day, yeah, but if I'm going to the pool and I want to look like, I want the sun to hit me and I want to be like luminous, you know? This is a fun product for that. If you have a deeper skin tone, you can probably use it as a highlight, but not me. This is definitely bronze territory for me. It does have a very warm tone to it, so you could also use this as like a blush situation, like a cream blush. Like, you could pop some over here and do that instead, or also, and just kind of blend it out. It's such a pretty color. I don't know, I like it. This is like not something most people would probably do, but I decided to play with it, and I actually liked how it came out, so I was like, huh, I broke a rule and it went okay. So then I'm just gonna kind of go over everything with my blender just to make sure it's all blended. It's not super over the top. It's very, like, I don't know. If you blend it out well, it's nice. All right, so here's a little baby bronzer. Like, how cute. And honestly, like, I probably won't use all of this very soon. Like, I think that this will last me probably the whole summer at least. So I'm going to take like a fluffy brush, and I'm just going in. I really love the packaging. And the one thing I will say about this bronzer, oh, you know what I want to do before we do all that? I do want to set the rest of my cream products. I'm just going into the powder just to set all this. I just like to. What I liked about this bronzer, what I noticed right away, is that it doesn't skip or look patchy. It applies very, very smooth and evenly, which I really like. I think this color is really nice if you really want that like J-Lo bronze, you know? This is going to be dark for anybody who's lighter than me, but if you're my tone and you like to look really bronzy, this color is fine. There was one shade lighter that I almost went with, but they didn't have it in the mini. And I'm trying to remember. Island Ting, I think it is. I almost went with that one, but like I said, they didn't have it in this mini combo, and I really wanted the mini combo to try the products themselves. But I don't think that this bronzer is too anything. I think it works really nice. and I'm probably going to continue to use it like on its own without the stick. And I definitely think I'll probably go back and get Island Ting when I get more pale, like after the summer probably. So I did not get a highlight, but I am going to go in with this Cover FX palette that I did talk about in my last couple of videos. And I'm taking this highlight shade right here, Starlight. And I'm just going to pop that on. I've really been loving this highlight. I'm going to spray my entire face with my Urban Decay All Nighter, which I should have got like 10 bottles at the sale and I didn't. I'm gonna do my brows probably off camera because I think that'll be easier. I'm just going in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow, and I'll be right back. All right, so brows are on. Now we're gonna go in with the eyes. So this product I wanted to get at the sale, but then I didn't get it at the sale. My girlfriend actually gave it to me to borrow, and that is the ABH Riviera palette. I wanted to, I really did, but it's so pretty. But I just feel like for the amount of times that I'm gonna use this palette, and I have so many palettes, right now I have so many colorful palettes, that I felt like it was just best to try it out first. So I'm going to try it in this video, and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. I'm actually kind of in the mood to mess with this and the gold, like the hot pink and gold, and like make some sort of like a sunset. I don't know. Let's just do this. I'm going to start by priming my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the color Eden. We're going to start with the shade Bahamas. I'm going in with that, and I'm not going to do like a ton of explaining here because this video is going to be too long, and this is not like a full palette review. I'm just trying it. Oh my god, can we talk about this pigment? Ooh, these are really nice. So now I'm going into my color switch and I'm going to wipe that off. Then I'm going to take the shade Monte Carlo and I'm going to use that as like my transition shade kind of. Okay, so now I'm taking a fluffy brush. Like, not that I expect anything less from ABH, but Jesus Christ. They just know how to make eyeshadows. So I am going to take the shade Coastline, which is this shade here. And I'm just going to go kind of do the same thing above the Monte Carlo shade and fade so I can just, it'll just all fade up. And then I am going to take some of this brown color called Poem, and I'm going to just kind of apply that in the outer V. I'm going to take this pencil brush and I am going to go into this shade Cabana. It's kind of like a mustard yellow shade. And I'm going to take that along the lower lash line. I'm going to take this shade here called Inheritance. This beautiful gold. So now I'm going to just go into this purple shade called Can, and I'm just going to kind of fade that into this gold. I'm really liking the way that the purple looks. I don't know, to just do something like different than I normally would, I am going to go in with this teal shade called Seychelles. Could go very wrong or very right. I'm going to take it into my inner corner and blend it kind of in. Ooh. Oh Lord. Yeah, I don't think I'm not here for the blue. I think we need to change that. So if you do something like this and it goes very wrong, like that just did, just take some of your eyeshadow primer and a small brush and just go over it. I just don't like dark colors in my inner corner. I just don't. I'm not about that life. I tried something different, you know. I stepped out of my comfort zone for a second and it didn't work. And you know what is cool is that I still can see kind of a hint of the blue, but it's like so much less like intense. I'm gonna go into this palette here and I am going to take this brightener shade and I'm just gonna pop that in there. All right. So I think I'm going to throw on some lashes and I might actually pop on some liner too. And then I will be right back and we will do the lip because I did pick up a lip at the sale. Lashes are on. I put on the Esquito Smoke and Fire lash and then I cut it up into like pieces and I sort of put it on separately. I'm trying to figure out if that worked or not. I also put the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Overdrive, this teal color, in my waterline. And then I ended up going in with Seychelles on my lower lash line because it looked better there than it did in my inner corner. So the lip liner I have on is the Morphe lip liner in Makeup Talk. And then I did end up getting a lipstick at the sale. This was an impulse buy. My girlfriend had this color on her face. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel, then you probably know that I collect Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. Like, I have a lot of them. I don't have them all, but I'm getting quite a vast collection. Let's put it that way. And I did not have this color, and she was wearing it, and she told me about it. And then she was telling me what she was wearing, and I was like, wait, what? I need to see this. And the color is called Oblivion, and it is a mega matte. And I don't think any of the mega mattes, if I do have mega mattes, they're not shades that I wear very often. So I was like, I think I need that color. So when I first saw the lip color, I thought, this is a dupe for the L'Oreal Matte lip liner. And when I swatched it, I was like, oh yeah. And here is the lip liner. And why I didn't put it on today, I don't know. But here is the lip liner swatched. If that is not the same exact color, it's like a nude with a purple, like a plummy undertone to it. So it's not quite a pinky nude. It's like a little bit deeper, like almost like a plum. But I love it. And it is kind of cool tone. When it goes on, you'll see. It's a little bit on the cool tone side. But I really like it. It definitely translates a lot darker on me than it did on her because she's a little darker skinned than me. It's all of my Matte It dreams come true. I don't necessarily know if it's like the lip I would wear with this eye look. I think I'd probably go a tiny bit lighter. So I think I'm gonna go in with this Cashmere Cream lipstick from BH Cosmetics in the shade Thirsty, just in the center, just to lighten it up a tiny bit. My all-time favorite shade from Urban Decay is still Safe Word, and that is a Comfort Matte, but I almost feel like I didn't even remember they had a Mega Matte formula. I just in my head thought that they only had the Comfort Matte. But this is a Mega Matte, and it's pretty, and the fact that I didn't even know it existed shook me a little bit because I am obsessed with these lipsticks. So I was like, well, I have to have it, right? Okay, so that is it for today's video. It's probably going to be super long, but the items that I actually purchased, the Beauty Blender foundation, the Vice lipstick, Fenty bronzer, and the All Nighter foundation, of course, I'm so happy with all of those purchases. This foundation, this Beauty Blender foundation, like, can we take a moment? Look at how beautiful it is. And by the way, yes, this color is perfection. Like, it matches me perfectly. I will be keeping this. At first I thought it might be too dark, but it doesn't oxidize and it doesn't turn darker. It like almost kind of just like, I don't know if it became lighter or if it's just like my concealer kind of, everything just worked once I got all my makeup on, but it is the right shade. I am here for this foundation. The eyeshadow palette, while this technically does not belong to me, Will I purchase it? Probably not. And why? Well, not because it's not gorgeous, because to look at it, it's stunning. But I can tell you that I have just about every single one of these shades in another palette. It's just that they're all here in one location, you know? So I just don't feel like I need it, like it's gonna complement my collection, you know? In fact, I think what it will do is make me not reach for other shadows because I would have it, you know? And I just don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I would rather wait and get that palette that, like, I need to have, like the Huda Nude palette. Like, I saw it when I was in Sephora and I was like, oh my god, I wanted it so bad, but I didn't get it yet. Eventually, but not yet. But I do like this. If you've been thinking about getting it, if you don't have colors like this in your collection, I think it is definitely worth it. It's beautiful. This was not the eye look that I thought was going to happen today, but you know what? It happened, and it's fine. I like it, but I'm not obsessed, you know? Like, I look at it, and I'm like, ooh, you know? And then I played with it, and I was like, okay, all right. No, it's nice. It's beautiful. It blends. It's pigmented, you know, whatever, but I don't know. Like, I wasn't, like, pissing my pants. You know what I mean? Not the way, like, if anything, I'm pissing my pants over the Beauty Blender foundation and that Hourglass powder. Like, done. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Like, I'm obsessed with those. So, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you always know when I upload a video. You can follow me on my social channels. My handle is @GlamLatte. Don't forget about the Glam Latte Beauty Podcast. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and CastBox. All those details are in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.
I just wanna